Joey, I'm glad you mentioned sitting in a dark room.
That's
Because
right.
that takes us to our next movie, and I think we all need to get in Skinamarink mode right now. Let's all get in Skinamarink mode. Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay. Skinnamarink.
Skinnamarink.
It's a pretty good movie.
Hey, Joey.
Skinnamarink. Yeah.
I wouldn't say so.
Skinnamarink.
Did you know what Skinamarink was before I told you about it?
I didn't even hear about it, and I didn't even know how to say it until you said it, and now I know how to say it. Skinnamarink.
Mid Salad, what is your previous exposure to this film, Skinamarink?
Oh boy, my previous exposure to the film Skinamarink is that I didn't hear about it until you suggested me to watch it. Also, my roommate, legendary hip hop producer Cranberry Dave, has seen this already and he likes it. So I was like,
Oh.
okay, you like it? I'm gonna see it. I want to see what it's like.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Yeah. We're gonna keep the lights off, but we're gonna stop doing the whispering bit. Okay.
Okay. Hey, how are you? Good.
Skinamarink. Everyone.
Skinnamarink.
A lot of people were hyping this one up. People were like, this is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's crazy. And then I saw people being like, this movie is the worst movie I've ever seen. I hate every part of it. It's awful. There's nothing. It's been a while. No one talked about Infinity Pool. I think that movie might have flopped. But people were talking about Skinamarink
Big time.
lot.
Big time.
A lot. And like to the point where I'm like, I need to watch this movie. Again, mainstream like Hollywood movies, I'm just getting so tired of.
Me too.
That I'm like, you know what? I'll watch a movie that's a fucking, I don't know, two kids hanging around in the dark for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, that's
Brent
kind of what
actually-
I dig about like doing this kind of stuff is because I would never watch a movie like this because
Yes.
strictly because I would have never heard about it if it
Yes.
wasn't for like people talking about how experimental it is.
Yes, so I popped it on. It finally made it to Shudder. Someone sent it to me early, but I didn't get a chance to watch the copy. So I'm like, all right, let me pop it on Shudder. And I sat and I watched it. So the story, if there is one,
Well, there is one. Don't you worry about that.
Two kids. There's a boy who just suffered a like a head injury or whatever.
He fell down the stairs.
He fell down the stairs. He is at home with his sister and his family. That night, his parents are gone. It's just him and his sister, and things are disappearing. There's some unknown entity that's making doors disappear, toilets disappear, which I think is mean.
That's a good point.
And a bunch of things disappear, and these kids don't know what's going on. Now, just describing the plot, that probably sounds interesting, right?
Yeah.
Man, you specifically, if you had not seen this movie and I just gave you that plot synopsis, would that make you want to see the movie?
Well, it sounds interesting. Like I would just go see it anyway. But you know.
Now, if I were to follow up with, by the way, it's mostly long, out of focus shots of dimly lit Legos, would you still want to go see the movie?
Well, Tony, you actually did describe me this movie like that.
I didn't
And
tell you the plot. I told you the Legos thing. But if I told you the plot first.
You said it was lampshades and
Yeah,
Legos.
that's true.
It was walls. It was hallways. It wasn't just lampshades, Tony. You misinformed me.
I didn't know. I informed you. I just didn't give you every single detail. Okay. Again, this movie is experimental. Definitely experimental. This is not your traditional movie. It's not meant to be a traditional movie. It's not meant to tell a story in a natural way. And I understand if you don't watch weird art films like this, and I like weird art films. I don't watch them all the time. But when I see stuff like that, like people were getting angry at this. I'm like, I don't think I could get angry at this. I do have some issues though. Now, the look of the film is really cool. It's made to look like it's shot on old film stock, but then it's also digitally compressed. There's a lot of digital noise and just like fuzz and like static everywhere. And it's a really cool look, because for a minute I thought it was like a found footage thing, and it's not. It's just meant to give this found footage feel, and nothing is really focused on. There's only a few really well lit scenes. But yeah, I like the look of it and everything. My issue is there's a oh my god. Oh, someone just commented something. Sorry. There's a lot of buildup to these scares. Really long buildup to all these scares. Like I want to say like 15, 20 minutes of a buildup. And my problem is, here's the scare, everyone. It's just like, hey, Joey, look at this. Look at this. Like, ah! Like, that's it. And then that's it. I'm like, oh, just a loud sound jump scare. I'm like, that's not really I mean, the movie's creepy. It's got a very creepy feel, a creepy vibe. But then when you get to the actual scare, it's just a thing moves and yells. Mint, were you scared of this movie?
I was not scared of this movie.
Oh.
I was mostly really confused. Like I was like watching this movie. I was like, okay, I got some plot details. A lot of the plot details include, Dad, where are you, Dad? Dad, it's so dark. It's out.
The echo
Dad.
works. That's pretty accurate. I was also sitting in the dark, and you weren't scared, and neither was I. I wasn't.
I also watched
scared.
this in the dark. I tried to go in with like the right mindset, but yeah, I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, okay, the atmosphere is good. They're building up like the scene where he's in the room with his mom was real tense. I thought that was real tense.
Super intense, yeah.
And it's like, look under the bed.
Dude, I
Okay.
thought for sure something was going to happen. I was like, oh my good Lord, are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, and then that one didn't even have a jump scare. It was just
Somebody
scene's
disappeared. Yeah.
the scene's done. Oh, okay. And then I'm like, well, I'm sure whenever they get up to the next big scare, it's going to be good. And then it just was like, I have no eyes and mouth. Ah! I'm like, oh, okay. There was a loud noise again. This movie's long. Longer
Yeah,
than it has
it's a
to be.
long movie. I agree.
So I found out they did there was like a proof of concept film that was 28 minutes long called Heck. You can find it on YouTube. I didn't have time to watch it. I feel bad. I meant to watch it and I just kept forgetting. And when I found out that it was originally a 28-minute short, I was like, oh, that makes way more sense. A 28-minute short would have been way more tolerable than this long feature-length version of out of focus close-ups of TVs playing cartoons, public domain cartoons.
Yeah, probably. I was
But
just going to say public domain.
Apparently this blew up on like TikTok and it became viral. What you call it? Sundance, I think. They did some kind of film festival, like a digital one, and somehow a really good copy of this movie leaked online early. And people were making like weird TikToks.
Oh,
and
interesting.
stuff. Yeah, they were making like weird TikToks and whatnot. So yeah, it's got a little bit of a cult following. I feel like people watch it, and they don't know what to take out of it, and they get confused.
I agree. I think it's like another kind of Blair Witch situation. Like half the people who watch it love it, and the other half of the people fucking hate it. Yeah, and that's kind of the reaction that I've seen. I actually,
apparently your mic jumped up again, so you got a little Skinamarink there, Joe.
Oh no, sorry, I scared you.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it again, which is weird. I didn't think I wanted to, but over the last few days, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I kind of want to watch that scene again. That was actually pretty cool. It gets super. Speaking of Infinity Pool, it gets real trippy.
Yeah, it does.
Toward the end. And yeah, the way with the digital fuzz and whatnot, it's hard to like see, and your eyes are like focusing and you're not sure. I feel like because they use that effect, you might start seeing you might start projecting your own images onto the static. So I was like trying to look for things. I'm like, am I seeing something right now, or do I just think I'm seeing something right now?
That's a good point.
I had to look up, like toward the end, you see like a figure whose like head is disappearing on the bed. I'm like, is that what happened? I really couldn't tell. But yeah, it gets weird toward the end. Like, you find out the kids are in this weird dimension for like 500 days. There's an entity that's like doing this on purpose, but you never know why. Did you like the mystery of this, Mint Salad? Did you like being confused and asking questions?
I mean, I prefer like a more straightforward plot. Honestly, I was really confused. I was because of like the absence of plot and the absence of faces until the end. I was like, I don't understand the motivation. Like, I guess it's supposed to be like a quiet house. We have children, young children in a quiet house. They don't know where their dad is, so of course they're scared. And that's what this movie gave me the vibe of, like of just, well, these children are scared. It's like if you're a child, if you're a youngin and you're home alone, you're going to be scared. This is like probably the equivalent. This movie's equivalent of that feeling, I think.
Great.
But
now I'm scared.
But
Nate, you scared Joey.
I'm not liking this.
However, I have to give points off for this because the movie is supposed to be set in 1995, but someone said one of the Legos that are featured was not made till many years later.
Oh, that's not very cash money of them.
So I mean, if you're gonna try and set your movie in a time period, you better get the fucking Lego details right. That's why. Did you see It, the new It movies? Have you reviewed those?
Chapter 1 and 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay. What was your review of Chapter 1? Did you give it a positive review?
I gave Chapter 1 a positive. I forget exactly.
Okay. You need to make it negative because apparently the Legos, they have a Lego turtle in one scene. Apparently those green Legos didn't actually exist at that time. So I need you to put a new video up and be like, sorry, I retract my statement for the previous review of It.
I retract my solid 5.4.
Sorry, what about It Part 2 though? That one has 3 endings and 3 beginnings and 3 things.
No, that movie sucked. I've had no, like, I really enjoyed the It Chapter 1. That was another one I had a problem with too many jump scares. But I really enjoyed it minus the jump scares. And then I watched the second one and I was like, oh, this is garbage. Why did they do this? But yeah, Skinamarink,
Skinnamarink.
I don't know what to think. I think I liked it. And now this has become a meme.
Yeah,
chattering.
It's on the thumbnail.
The chattering phone car, which apparently they sell at Cracker Barrel. My dad lives near a Cracker Barrel, and I forgot to stop in there and buy one.
I think I would watch it again. I think after watching like a bunch of videos on the theories of the movie, which are fucking fascinating. I think because of that, there's like a whole divorce and trauma theory that I'm really into right now. So I think after watching that, I'm definitely going to rewatch this.
Yeah, and this is experimental. And I know that pisses some people off. Like Mint, she was really angry. She said, fuck this movie. I need an actual story. Beginning.
She threatened us over it.
Yes. She said, I hate art.
Tony, you can't put that slander out there.
She also said she hated
Mint, I've never seen you make abstract art.
Well, no, I don't. I don't make abstract art. I make cool posters, like none in frame.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're like, I make cool posters, and then you pointed to William Shatner on a Star Trek poster. I'm like, that you didn't make that, mate.
No, I didn't. I made this one and this one. This one's in frame.
Okay. Mate, I want to see you make like abstract art, but still give it like, I want to see you make abstract art, but still give it like really good tits. So just like a blob with no shape and whatever, but still really good tits. Can you make erotic? Mint, I challenge you to make erotic art based on Skinamarink. I don't know how you'll do it.
Put some mommy milkers on that phone.
Give this car mommy milker.
Well, if you want the car to have a set of mommy milkers, I can do that. Later.
I want you to try that. Make this car sexy. I want to see the art of that. That is my challenge to you.
I won't be scared anymore if there's mommy milkers.
Okay. But yeah, I love some of the memeing that's going on with Skinamarink. What did I say? I'm like, what did I call us? I'm like, we're like Skinamarink or Skinamastans.
Skinnamarink.
I love the meme. I sent it to either both of you or one of you, where it's like it's a blank hallway, and then it's the same picture of the blank hallway, and the subtitles like it's Skinamarink in time. Me and Cecil Trachenberg, we were talking about Skinamarink on Twitter, and he posted. He's like, this was my favorite scene, and he just posted like a black screen with static. And I was like, that's pretty basic. Everyone knows that this is the best scene. And then I just posted a picture of my lamp in the hallway. I'm like, that's my favorite scene. But no, there were moments I really liked in this.
Skinnamarink milkers.
Yes, man, I need Skinnamarink milkers.
Oh my God.
Skinnamarink milkers. But yeah, I kind of like this look of I would like to see the way this was filmed, maybe told in a more traditional narrative, filmed in a more traditional way, to see if it gives the same effect. One last thing I want to say, I can see why this might have been really fun to watch in theaters.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this, if the theater had a good sound system, I'm pretty sure this probably really put you on edge. And I could see this being with a group of people in a theater, like anticipating the next scare, only to be let down that it was a jump scare. But the anticipation, I can see this being really cool, especially if you go into the movie going, I don't know what this is about. I don't know what this is about. It did really well. This only took like $15,000 to make. And I'm sure a lot of that budget went towards some of the visual effects and just promotion.
Yeah.
And it made a killing. It made a ton of money.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. I really want to see what the future holds for them. Now, we can put our lights back on. We can de-Skinamarink.
Yay, de-Skinamarink.
De-Skinamarink, everyone.
Yay! I'm not scared anymore.
We're de-Skinamarinking. We're de-Skinamarinking.
Inspector Gadget kept me safe.
His hat fell off.
I know. Don't yell at me.
But yeah, we're okay. No more Skinamarink. Ah!
Good Lord!
I'm scared.